Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, today, got a small business shout out, Refined Skincare by Keisha. And if the Instagram is Refined Skincare Products. So head on over to Instagram. This is a maximum strength brightening bar. Redefine, radiate, renew. Now what I use that for is under here. When you get that shaving, get them ingrown, get all the little dark spots. That's what I use that for. Y'all use it for different things. But get on over to their Instagram and then check it out. Get on to the site. And this soap is for the body only. And you see how nice packaging. You know, you got to get your stuff off the ground now. You got to get your stuff off the ground. See how Keisha did it? Refined skincare. God bless you. Y'all support the sister if you able to. The Lord been good to you. So where you want to grow. Now I want to touch on this here because one of the things that I'm noticing a lot is we under attack and we're not realizing that we under attack. And I was the last 2 days I was under attack. So I'm fasting right now. And when I felt it Sunday night, I felt the attack. I said, okay, I need to fast. So I probably had, eight. You know, I started at midnight. Just to keep it simple, I started at midnight. So yesterday crossed midnight. That was so that made 24 hours. Now here in an hour and a half, that'll be 36 hours I've been fasting. And so yesterday I did, liquid. Today, so far today, I'm on the dry fast. I probably woke up 5 o'clock and then try to go back to sleep, get on up by 7:30. So been just a few hours, dry fasting and try to go as long as I can, listening to my body. So my body is creating its own water right now, and haven't had a headache or anything because I'm doing that fast. And so what the attack was, it was of this like kind of like an argument, like, hey, ask your wife about this right here. Ask her, do you do this because of this, or is this because of this? Just like one of them, just everything going fine, and you know how a question will come up, like in your relationship, and it'll make you uncomfortable because the question is coming from insecurity. Your partner asking you a question from insecurity. And it makes you uncomfortable. It ruins the moment. It ruins the mood. It rips off a scab or it makes a cut. It opens a wound. And then it takes hours to reset. And it could take days to reset depending on the argument or the conversation that was had. And that is spiritual warfare. What the devil does is he attacks us mentally, emotionally, spiritually to disrupt our relationships. Whether you're single, dating, in a committed relationship, engaged or married or divorced, it doesn't matter. He has an attack for every stage of life. Whatever stage of life you're in, he has an attack for you. And I've been noticing with my audience being mostly women, I've been noticing a lot of negativity from women and a lot of, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, I don't want this, I don't want that. And just a lot of negativity and bitterness from women. And then from the men, what the devil has done with men is he has scrambled their brains. So I'm seeing a spirit of confusion amongst men to where men can't be pleased, can't be satisfied. No woman is good enough. For women, it's not as much the same, but for women, it's more so. It is the same, but just in a different way. But for a lot of women, it's a lack of understanding, and there's this block that is hitting a lot of women. I heard a lady talking about it with premenopause and menopause, and she was talking about how when women go through those things, they become less understanding, and they start to speak their truth, and they become more like abrasive, more direct, and they stop putting up with what they used to put up with, and that it leads to an increase in divorce. I seen the little podcast clip from the buddy, light skinned buddy in the UK, and so I said, So I'm like, okay, so that's gonna be a test when my wife hit premenopause and menopause. Like I'm already preparing for it. Like, is I'm finna be tired of this child? Like, is she finna run me off? But now that I heard that, I'm gonna be prepared for it because I also know that's spiritual warfare. Although that's physical warfare in the woman body, it also turns into emotional and spiritual warfare. And so we have to be prayed up. Like you gotta pray. So what I started doing, I felt the attack. I started to pray. I started to pray because see, me and my wife in a situation to where we've been married 18 years, so we can go. We know each other, so we can go with no rifts. We can go with no rifts, and then anytime, like if she's in a mood or whatever, she's feeling away, it could be because of our son. And same thing with me. Like a lot of times, we will get into it with our oldest son, and like he'll get on our nerves for whatever reason, like back talking or not like disrespectful, but he just real bullheaded. And he, you get with your child like do this, do that, do this, do that, and then get on your nerves, and then it'll affect me and her because then we'll be quiet or we'll be distant or we'll be snappy, and it have nothing to do with me and her. It got something to do with him, and so that's how the devil work as well. The devil will use your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your son, your daughter to affect your relationship mentality, whether you're single or in a relationship. Your relationship mentality, your relationship mindset, your relationship stamina will be impacted by something in your life, whether it be a person, thing, place, it'll be impacted. And so we'll go through and have these different things that we're going through and that we're feeling and not be able to pinpoint it or regulate it. And here's the thing is we have our own spiritual warfare, but we don't know what other people is going through. Like if you have a spouse or if your boyfriend, girlfriend, or a person that you're around that you're attracted to and you waiting on a conversation to get struck up, like you waiting on that connection to happen, and it doesn't happen because of their spiritual warfare. And the cure to this is prayer and just literally talking to God, plain and simple, straightforward, straight up and down. Lord, this is what I need. Lord, thank you for this. Thank you for that. Lord, I need to do this. Lord, can you help me with this? Can you do this? And it don't have to be a bunch of words. It don't got to be all of that, but just really making a petition to the Lord. And that's what I that's what I did. Lord, okay, boom. You know, help me to regulate my emotions. Help me to recognize the stressors that I'm feeling. Help me to separate my work life and my charitable giving and all of that from this other stuff. So, like in my nonprofit, we have a budget and we have programs and we have certain things that we can do through the nonprofit, certain things that we pay for, and but then sometimes it's people want help in areas that's outside of the wheelhouse of what we're doing, and they will get to where like you know us, they just need this and that, this and that, this and that, and that can create tension in my chest, anxiety or stress or what have you, because wanting to be able to be everything, do everything, give everything, and just do the most, people will get accustomed to that and they'll want that more and more and more. And so having to be able to say, hey, can't do that. Hey, that's out of the budget. Hey, we can't afford that. Or we're unable to help in that way or at this time. And being able to separate that from my marriage. And so you have to think about this when it comes to on your job. The stress that you feel on your job could be blocking your relationship or affecting your relationship. If you're single, it's blocking it. If you're in a relationship, it's affecting it. Your relationship with your friends, your relationship with your family. You could have a friend or a family member that is negative towards relationships, or they're going through in their relationship, so it make you question your relationship. You will have friends and family that say stuff to you about relationships or about your potential partner or about your actual partner, and that affects your relationship. Like everything affects everything. Got that quote from Zig Ziglar, and that's very real. So it would be times where I would have a conversation with somebody outside of my household, and it make me come in my household and go to questioning my wife about this or that, and then it causes a rift between us, and then we don't talk the rest of the day and go to bed on a silent treatment. And then it's times too where I may be going through mentally, emotionally, like spiritually, and my wife won't say anything to me because she don't want to trigger nothing, she don't want to start nothing, she don't want to open a floodgate. And I might be sitting there wanting her to poke the bear or to open the floodgate. But if I'm talking to the Lord, then the Lord gives me the strength to just be quiet and not feed into whatever it is from the past or what I'm thinking about or whatever minuscule, meaningless argument that I'm that the adversary trying to get me to start. And I realize that it happens when everything is going great, when everything is perfect. And because the devil loves confusion. God is not the author of confusion. The devil loves confusion and he loves a rift. He loves for you to be off kilter and unbalanced. He loves that. And so that's the goal. And we have to be, we got to have spiritual discernment and come to a place to where we can start to build and come to a place to where we can start to understand what the devil is doing. So even reading your Bible and you see the test that the devil would do in the Old Testament and the New Testament, you see how he comes to steal your joy, to kill your peace, and destroy your life. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And so when you see how he moves, then you realize, oh, this what I'm feeling in my mind that is not positive, that's not advantageous. This what I'm feeling, this what I'm thinking, this what I want to say, this what I want to do. This is not of God and this is not going to benefit me. And so then you start to realize like, okay, let me circle back. Let me do this thing a bit different. Let me move a little different here. And then you start to realize and understand, and it comes to that place of like, okay, I got to pray for the strength to get past this because I could end up pulling the pulling the skin off of this here wound and starting all over again. And this could be bad. This could turn into a argument or something, and this could be bad. And so I got to take and realize that this is a trick of the enemy. This is a trick of the enemy. And so once you start to realize this, now you come to a place to where you're able to say, okay, boom, all right, this ain't healthy. Let me sidestep this because I'm bringing up something. I'm bringing up something that's not necessary right now. I'm focusing on something. It's just like those those couples to where when you out and about, like the other day, we was leaving church and it was these guys, there was two guys that was walking, and my wife turned her head and she was looking at the guys. Now I know that those guys are not attractive. That they're not. That's not her type. And she into fashion, and she don't really see nothing or notice nothing. But we all people watching. And I say, baby, look at them guys, a little hard now. She was like, no, I was not. Well, I don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't even see what you're talking about. She was like, I was looking at the blue shoes. She was like, I was looking at the blue shoes, trying to see what brand that was. I knew she was telling the truth because the blue shoes caught my eyes, and I'm a man. This is a man. The blue shoes caught my eyes inside of the church at the coffee shop. They was Dolce Gabbana. He had some Dolce Gabbana like tennis shoes. And so what she was doing is the same thing that I do. I look at every woman fashion and outfit looking for gifts for her. Some women I even approach them and say, hey, where did you get that jacket from? And it is nothing crazy. I remember when I was with my son and we was in, I think we was in England. We was in Manchester, England. And we was staying in this apartment, this high-rise apartment downtown. There was a lot of college kids there. And I went to get coffee and we was at the coffee machine and it was a lady there. I couldn't tell her age or whatever. She was a white lady, and I was like, "Hey, excuse me, where'd you get that jacket from?" And she I think she said Zara, and it was just a dope jacket. I really liked it. And she was like, "You asked me where I got my pants from the other day," and I didn't even know it was the same person. Like I hadn't even looked at her, but that's just when you in love, that's something you do. And so I'm like, you know what? So after I said that, but it's the same thing she'll say to me sometimes, and I don't even nah. I might be guilty. Might have had a, might have got me a little eyeful. I might have got me an eyeful, and had to repent. She's like, "Oh, you looking a little too hard. You doing a little too much looking." And that's what we do as humans. But that's spiritual warfare. And think about that. The times when you in a relationship and you like, why are you talking to her? Or why are you talking to him? What y'all was talking about? Why are you doing it? Why are you talking to your mom so much? Why are you talking to your dad so much? Why are you talking to your sister so much? Why are you talking to your friend so much? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And it just be like little things that are, they ant piles. Like they say, mole hills, turning mole hills into mountains. And it just be little things to where it's like, okay, what's the answer to that? What is the answer to that question? Is the answer, oh wow, you caught me. I was looking so deep and intently at her butt, and it's just so juicy. I just want to, ooh, we swap it up with a biscuit and some syrup. Like what's the answer? The answer is gonna be, what are you talking about? I wasn't even looking nowhere. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you insecure. Like, why are you so insecure? So now this thing that you gave into to comment on just gets flipped and reversed, Missy Elliott back into your face, flip it and reverse it. And so now you feeling stupid because what you thought had legs, what you thought you had a basis of, get thrown back in your face is you have no basis. You insecure, you jealous. And so now you feeling stupid when you know you could have been right. But see, that's all spiritual warfare. We don't call it spiritual warfare. We don't see it as spiritual warfare, but that's what it is. It's just a rift. It's causing a rift. It's causing dissension. It's causing discord. It's causing distance, separation. It's driving a wedge between you and the other half, your other half. And when you single, the same thing happens. It may be just thoughts and feelings and emotions that just turn you off from love and relationships, or it makes you scared, it makes you nervous, it makes you worried, it gives you anxiety. And so now you meet somebody and you just so worried about, like, when are they gonna cheat, when are they gonna lie, when are they gonna leave, when they're gonna do this, when they're gonna do that. And so that's what we have to think about and be mindful of, and come to a place to where we can say, okay, I get it. I see what's happening. Let me confront my thoughts, my feelings, my words before I say anything. Let me confront this in my spirit and make sure that I don't give into this. So, hey, this Tony Gaskins. God bless you. Keep your head up. All of the important links are in the description. Thank you so very much for your support and for what you've done, for me on the Tony Gaskins Family Foundation. That is just absolutely amazing. Actually got two State Farm insurance agents who given a donation, and that State Farm matches it. And so that was new to me, but just look at how God worked. And so now I might need to find me somebody to work for Allstate. What Allstate? What y'all doing? Geico? What y'all over there doing? Like Nationwide? What y'all doing? And so just God is good, and I thank you for your heart. Donate to the boys program, because I'm dealing with that every day, all day long. This summer gonna be an amazing summer. They're really gonna grow, really gonna learn, really gonna get what they need to get. But so it's gonna be amazing. But so thank you for that. And also, if you don't have life insurance, make sure you click the link in the description. We booking out into May now, I think, but it should be some time on there though. I'm gonna look at it right now, because you can do it on your lunch break. It take about an hour, the full, interview and talk about it. And that's just the first phone call. Then the second phone call is when you get signed up. Let me see what we got. So I know a lot of people work. So what you would do is, if you click on it, the link that says 100% ready for insurance. Wow, all the days is booked up this month, except for the 30th. We got a 9 a.m. on April 30th. And so that's another reason you might need to join me, be an agent to help me out. Only thing is, so okay, May 1st, got a lot of time. So we booking into May now. So get that April 30th at 9 a.m., get your insurance, and then May wide open. But hey, God bless you. Thank you so much. And we will talk soon.